Hey guys, hope you're doing well. A couple weeks ago I shot a video about how your words show where your heart is, where your heart is with Jesus. Today I want to kind of follow that up a little bit about how your words can show where your relationship with Jesus is. In the book of Matthew, Jesus had told Peter, one of his closest guys, they were super tight. He had told Peter that before the day ended, Jesus was about to get arrested, and before the day ended, that Peter would deny him 3 times. Peter would basically say, yeah, I don't know the guy. I don't have anything to do with him. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Jesus said, before the day ends, you will do that 3 times. Peter said, what happened? Jesus, you and I are close. You know I love you more than anything or anybody. It will never happen. On this particular day, Peter had already denied Jesus twice. He did it anyway. And here's what Jesus says, or what happens in Matthew chapter 26, starting in verse 73. It said, a little later, those who stood by come up and said to Peter, surely you also are one of them, talking about one of his disciples, for your speech betrays you. Then he began to curse and swear, saying, I do not know the man. See, Peter tried to fit into the crowd that was around. He tried to fit into what was going on, and he tried to just absolutely distance himself from Jesus. Well, see, that's the problem. Sometimes your words will betray you, and they'll show where your heart is. They'll show you where your relationship is with Jesus. He tried to end his relationship with Jesus because of who was around at the time. Now, suppose you're at school or whatever, and different things are going on, and you're hanging with your best friends, your buddies, your whatever. What if you start cussing? What if they're cussing and you just join in with them? See, the book of James addresses that. It says, talking about our mouths, it says in James chapter 3, starting in verse 9, it says, with it we bless our God and Father, and with it we curse men who have been made in the similarity of God. Out of the same mouth proceed blessing and cursing. My brothers, these things ought not to be. See, a lot of people will say, well, that's just the way I am. I had a young man tell me one time, yeah, I love Jesus, but I have a foul mouth. Doesn't work that way, guys. What's in your heart will come out, and it comes out through your mouth. Your relationship to Jesus will be shown by what is going on in your heart, and that comes out of your mouth. People try to distance themselves from Jesus. If you're at school or wherever you are, or work or whatever, and if foul language comes out of your mouth, you're trying to fit into the crowd. You're trying to fit into the world. You're trying to be everything that the world wants you to be instead of what Jesus wants you to be. So, do you want to get away from Jesus, or do you want to be with him? You cannot be both. You cannot be following Jesus and following the world at the same time. It has to be one or the other. It cannot be both at the same time. You get to pick. This week, watch your language, watch your mouth. Don't give in to what the influence is of the world. Don't do that. Don't cuss or anything like that. Be like Peter. Later on, Peter repented. After he denied Jesus the 3rd time, the Bible says that he went out and he wept bitterly. He broke down. He lost it. Be like that. Peter was restored, and his relationship back to Jesus was back good again because he wanted Jesus more than he wanted the world. Watch your mouth. Don't do any cussing because it's not cool. And I promise you that your life will get better because you're following Jesus more and more every day. Have a good week, guys.